Oh, it's cold this morning and it is early. It's 20 to 7. It's Monday, 21st September. I'll turn my car on to try and get some warmth going. We're going to do a full day in the life because back in routine, post ultra marathon, and obviously being back in the UK. And we've got a new training block, which we're starting today. First one of this strength training block, which we're looking forward to. First time in a while where I've actually prioritised strength, body composition, a little bit more so than performance, just purely down to the fact of no real events or anything I'm training for now, probably until spring next year. So it gives me a good 5 months to get back in the gym, feeling strong. I've not really enjoyed the gym like I used to for a very long time because it was always a secondary session. It's always been triathlon, running, obviously the swimming and biking with the triathlon. So it was nice to have a bit of energy, a bit of focus on strength training, what I loved doing when I first started getting into the gym. So we're going with 4 gym sessions for the week, upper lower rest, upper lower. We've got cardio on a Wednesday, which is going to be some interval based stuff. So on the ski erg, the row, and the assault bike, and then on a Saturday or a Sunday I will do a nice long slow run, a little bit of zone 2. So bring you along for that. We've also got the rest of the day being Monday, early training session today, purely down to the fact of I'm heading down to Henley on Thames to do some shoot some content. So I've been sent out a few bits from Castor, which I'll put the link in the bio if you want to get 15% off. But I'm shooting some content down there for them, so obviously I'm gonna get the gym session done nice and early, come back, have some breakfast, and then head down there. So that is the plan. I'm also going to get some sort of B-roll content for my own sort of socials. So be a good day out with Jack, who used to do all of my filming and content before he moved away, and obviously I travel here and there. So that is where we're at. In terms of plans, sort of my own sort of plans other than training, obviously work-wise, all new clients set up over the weekend, which was good. Obviously using this winter period, like I said, with myself, but also clients, I do suggest get strong in the gym, let's build the foundations, work on weaknesses, so that when the new year rolls around, you're in a really good position. So that is the plan. We're 2 weeks until we go to Barcelona for the Ironman to go and watch Harry, which should be great. Obviously for myself, going back to the Ironman will be a time to reminisce and have a look at sort of, I'll take it in a little bit more than I did last year, because last year I just wanted to get it done. And then we've got November. The plan is, well, that's October. The week after, I'm down in Bath to watch Jasper do a half marathon. I'm going to stay there for the weekend. Weekend after that, I'm in Sheffield on a 2-day course, Boxing with Science, to a 2-day sort of learning seminar for strength and conditioning for combat athletes, which would be good. And then plan is for November to do probably 2 weeks in Marbella again, because the plan for next year is to go and live out there for the whole 12 months. So I need to go out, sort out visas, sort out where I want to live, sort out different areas, because when I've been before, it's been like near Port Banús, which is great, but I'm not really that bothered about being near Port Banús. I'd rather just be near the front and probably a little bit more out of the way, a little bit more of a little bit less going on, because obviously I'm not too bothered on going out down the pub, drinking down by the boats. So we're going to do that, and then yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. So I'm going to drive, I'm getting freezing cold, I'm shivering, to the gym, new gym as well, and then I'll bring you along for an upper body session. Okay, so this is the first session of the week. We've got upper body. I did do some mobility drills beforehand, I just didn't film them because they're a little bit boring to watch. So first movement is a flat dumbbell chest press. Okay, my pressing has definitely got a lot weaker with it not being a priority, so it's something therefore I want to focus on, and that is why we're doing it at the start. So what we're looking to do here is 3 sets of 6 reps. I started off on the 37.5s, which was good. Like the last set was a bit difficult, however, you know, this will be progressed rather quickly going forward. You can see nowhere near failure, but the plan is over a period of time to work these up and get those 40s moving. Exercise number 2 was this chest supported T-bar row. Now, I enjoy going push, pull when doing a upper body session, just to give those muscle groups a little bit of a rest. And as you will see, exercise 3 was another push. But here I did 3 working sets. Set number 1, which I didn't film, was my heaviest working one. That was an 8 repetition set. And then sets 2 and 3 decreased the load slightly and went for between 10 and 12. But here I'm thinking about keeping my chest on the pad throughout and thinking of pulling those elbows as back as I can and allowing full protraction on the way front. So allow my shoulder blades to sort of roll forwards on each rep. Okay, so exercise number 3, we're going to go into a high incline Smith machine press. Now, the reason why we've gone with a machine here is purely just due to the fact it's going to give me a lot more stability. Obviously, I've already done a push with free weights, so my stability I just wanted to maximize by using something that's fixed like this Smith machine. Love-hate relationship with any pressing just because of my arms being so long, but here sort of a high incline, so a little bit of the upper pec, but mainly through the anterior delt. Set 1 here with an 8 to 10 rep range set, which I just got 8 for, so slightly overcooked. And sets 2 and 3 were of 10 to 12 reps, again, a little bit lighter load and definitely some fatigue in the shoulders afterwards. Exercise number 4 was a lat pull down. So again, going back to a pull, this time a vertical pull. Now, in the past, I would have done like a pull up or a chin up, but again, now we're looking at getting strong as I can. Using a machine here works far better. Obviously, I can brace myself by keeping the support on my legs, and obviously with it being a machine, it just gives me a little bit more stability as opposed to sort of a body weight pull up or chin up. So here, all I'm thinking is remaining nice and upright. I'm thinking about pulling down with the elbows. A little bit of a higher rep sort of working sets here of 10 to 15. First set here, a little bit lighter than I would have hoped. So sets 2 and 3, we increase the weight. A little bit more tricky, but again, a little bit more volume, pull in motion. And then we moved on to exercise number 5, which was a pec deck. So chest for me is an area I definitely want to improve on. It's a muscle group I've noticed a lot of atrophy just because not much chest work was done, purely down to the fact of it wouldn't really have helped me with my triathlons and it wasn't really helping me with the running. So a little bit more volume for the pecs, focusing here on a slight pause in that lengthened position at the end, but thinking here, shoulders back, chest up nice and high, and almost trying to bring my biceps towards each other. So with this, I kept the sort of rep scheme around about 10 to 12, 3 working sets. The last set with a lot of fatigue, but fantastic way to sort of finish off the upper body session. Well, not quite, because we did finish off with some biceps and triceps, which we will see in a second, but very good movement. Like this pec deck. Yeah, phenomenal. We are so back, finishing off with some biceps and triceps. Now, I have to be honest, this attachment was pretty crap. It was very narrow, wasn't a fan, and there's no EZ bars in this gym, which is pretty poor. However, with any bicep curl, I'm just thinking of keeping as much tension in the bicep throughout, not worrying about the load, just thinking about the contraction at the top. High rep range here, so I was going from anywhere from 10 to 15 reps. These did drop as the sets went by. Like I said, we did 3 sets of these, and then I went straight in to dual rope tricep extensions. Now, if you're someone who is not using dual rope, so 2 ropes or a long rope when doing tricep extensions, then you're missing a massive trick. The reason why I use 2 ropes here is it's going to allow me far more extension of the elbow and therefore allow me to get that tricep nice and short. So I'm getting a lot more out of the movement. There's a lot less delts as well. I find sometimes that if the rope's too small, I feel very close together and quite a lot of pressure on the shoulders. But again, 10 to 15 reps here, finishing off with an arm superset to finish off the upper body session, and a great way to start the week. That is upper body ticked off. Very good session. First sort of session like that in a while. Going back to the roots, so very much enjoyable. Next 16 weeks is a case of getting strong, adding some muscle mass, still staying fit, keeping fitness maintenance wise, a little bit more anaerobic training as well, so a little bit more high intensity, less duration, so no 3-hour runs on a Sunday. So I've got to find where I park my car. So yeah, real good start to the day. It's just gone 8 AM. It's fresh, but it's a lovely old morning. So yeah, that's the plan for the next couple of months. We're now going to head back, sun, get some breakfast, and not enter that side of the car because I'm missing a door handle. Get some breakfast and then shoot off down to Henley-on-Thames to basically be a male model. So thank you, Mum and Dad, for the looks, and see how we get on. Right, we're now back home after the training session. Quick breakfast before I head back out. Now, in terms of nutrition, I will be consuming 2,800 calories per day. I'm going to be tracking it just to have a little bit more accuracy. Barnet is all over the gaff. Just purely down to the fact of the last 10 weeks with the ultra marathon, I was just eating as much as I could, just to obviously fuel the sessions. So I want a little bit more structure with nutrition. Now, meal 1 has always been the same. Pop the camera around. We've got 4 eggs, 2 slices of this bread, didn't quite cook the egg properly, hence why it's still a little bit runny, which is not ideal, but you can use the bread to dip it in. So 2,800 calories. I am out for the rest of today. So I've had Kalo, a food prep company, send me out some food, and I've got another delivery coming today, and they're actually very, very good. So I've got lime and peanut shrimp here, which is 650 calories, 70 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs, and 18 grams of fat. I'm going to take with me today because I'm out and about. And then I've also got a lemon chicken sweet potato, which is 480 calories, 49 grams of protein, 35 grams of carbs, 17 fat. And then breakfast, I'm a bit more of a savoury breakfast once I've trained, but if not, we've got this, which looks like an absolute mess. However, it is high protein mango yogurt with 50 grams of protein in and tastes like a sorbet. So I'm going to take that meal with me. Big shout out to Kalo, who have sent me those meals, and I've got some more coming as well. So that's going to help me stay with my calories. 2,800. I'm going to eat this, I'm going to jump in the shower, get changed, and then head back out down to Henley on Thames. Right, we've made it to Little Marlow. Never been here before, but we're at the athletics track with a decent bit of gear, as in the camera equipment, not the naughty stuff. The plan is we've got 2 hours here, so I'm going to film some bits and bobs, drinking my no way, yes way. So we're going to do some shots, some photos, some videos, get some B-roll, and then head somewhere else through like a wooded area for some more bits. So it's going to warm up because I've just been in the car for an hour and a half, and then get some shots going. But nice scenery, very nice. Fella here was decent until I found out he was an Arsenal fan. So yeah, see how we get on. Okay, we're on to location number 2. Jack's brought me down to a little wooded area, which I'm a little bit worried about. Spent the last 2 hours at the athletics track, so got plenty of clips. It was quite funny actually, because the lad that worked there, who was asking me what we're doing, he's like, "So you're like doing professional photos?" I was like, "Yeah." He went, "Are you like famous?" I was like, "Not quite." So yeah, just mix it up. Like I say, 2 hours there, got a bit of a wooded area, a little bit of a hill so I can run up, and then round there is some water, so I'm going to do a few shots down by the water, just something a little bit different, and mix it all up. So yeah, full day of being a model. I always knew I had it in me, so there we go. See how these get on. But one thing I have done is not brought any food with me. I have failed to prepare, so I'm very hungry. So get some shots, get home, probably stop off at service and get some calories in. But other than that, all is good. Okay, we are back home. It's just gone 4 o'clock. Where has the day gone? Did stop off on the way back for a meal deal. Chicken salad sandwich, bottle of water and some fruit, which is probably the worst meal deal. I enjoy it, but most people would say it's the worst meal deal. Anyway, come back. Oh, hello. Meals. Kalo again, so topped up from the meal I showed earlier. However, I didn't take one with me, which was less than ideal. So I am quite behind on calories, so we are going to go for the shrimp, lime peanut shrimp, which is 650 calories. I think I'm on about 1,400 at the moment, and then that will leave me with about 800 this evening. So nice and easily done, which is the reason why they come in so useful. So I'm going to have that, do a bit of laptop work, a little bit of admin, and making sure response to clients. Obviously they all had good weekends. Had one client, Jack, do Berlin Marathon. We've got Harry doing Ironman Barcelona in 2 weeks. Jasper's got a half marathon in 3 weeks in Bath, which I'm going to go towards, go and watch, have a little weekend there on my own. And then that's pretty much the rest of today. I also need to write out my emails. So that's the plan for the rest of today. It's currently 4:15. Gonna warm up this meal, enjoy it, and then yeah, crack on with a bit of work. It's now 7:10. We're just wrapping up the day. Work boxed off, emails boxed off. Had some dinner as well, shrimp, which was unbelievable, and just on a walk now on my own. And I feel a bit of a pedo because I don't like walking without the dog, but the dog is not here, so I'm on my own. I normally put a podcast. My AirPods are dead. I've had a stinker, but wrapping up the day. Been a good one. Upper body, loads of filming, loads of content. Drove back, a little bit of work to finish. Now we're walking, but I'm not enjoying these darker nights. It's definitely getting colder, hence the coat, which I've not worn since last year. So getting this back out is not ideal, but there we go. I'm gonna wrap the video up. So if you enjoyed it, give it a like. Whoa, that absolutely shook me. Yeah, pussy. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.